Alrighty, it's time for what caught my eye. And kicking us off today, he demanded that he lead from example.
Ranger Rory.
Ranger Rory.
Well, mate, everyone does get a little nervous at times, and myself included, starting a media career. I've been a bit nervous the last couple of weeks, haven't had a couple of my greatest moments, but I thought I'd do a bit of digging on my fellow colleagues and wind the clock back to where they first started. So, TJ, I just want to wind the clock back about, could be 30, 50 years or so, to a little audition that you had that clearly you weren't overly happy with how it went. So, you can be sad sometimes, but I know you can always respond. Lordo, your media career didn't start probably the way you envisioned either. Check out this footage.
Little secret sauce. Bananas, mate.
Oh, he's down. Oh, so I'm glad you chose presenting, mate, and not acting, because that was putrid. And Damo, you're not safe either. Have a look at this one as well.
Hay injured his back in the warm-up through the game. He was a late withdrawal. Coming into the side at his expense was Nick Stone, who warmed up for the match by consuming 2 salad rolls, half a muesli bar and a can of Coke.
A can of Coke. You've never been funny. You did admit that to me the other day too.
I've told you that.
Nothing on Brownie? We couldn't.
Yeah.
No, Brownie, you're clean, mate, so well done.
Yeah. Well, don't speak too soon. Anyway, so we all looked a lot younger back in the day, of course, and acted a lot younger. But you sort of go out of your way to look like a child.
Let's take a
now, look at this. I mean, what is it with these little shirts that you have? Mate, you're not a polo shirt person. Now, you've obviously been doing a bit of workout in the gym and you're trying to outdo Lordo with the gun show or something, but you've got form in the polo shirt department because we thought we honestly thought you would have learned your lesson, Nathan. Clearly not.
That's coming up. That's not a great shot.
That's like one of those mirrors.
Yeah, that's unfair editing, that one. OK, so we've seen a lot of new deals in the AFL recently, so I'm just going to roll through a few long-term contracts that went into the media releases. And Finn Callahan was the first one, then Sam de Koning, 7 years, and then Brayshaw, 3 signs till 2031. So everybody wants to know about that. I'll tell you what nobody was wanting. Nobody wanted to know at all was this re-signing from the inserter. Now, let's go through it. This is one club player, footy media shake-up, not enough to sway. I'll put it to you that you rang Jackie Epstein yourself to have this. You had a really bad January and you thought, I need to get ahead of this. I need to get my 2 years in the can because I'm not sure where I am. Who wanted to know that?
I did not ring Jackie Epstein.
They did not just write an article out of the blue about you re-signing.
How do you know?
Who gives a stuff?
No, what happened? You dropped it on the show last week, didn't you?
No, that article was written weeks ago.
Okay.
It was written weeks ago.
Yeah.
Nathan, one day, look.
You had a poor January, and
I know you're the.
I know in response to January. That's normally how these things work.
I know you're the glad rap kid, and you're just clinging at the moment, mate. But if the network was foolish enough to re-sign you, Jackie might do a story on you as well for the Herald Sun.
well,
What you did do last week, TJ, though, was bring in a special guest to the Sunday Footy Show. It happened to be your dog, and none of us could work out why it was in here and what was making itself at home. It had complete run of the studio, including when Brownie's trying to provide his great insight into what happened the previous night.
I was hoping he'd cock his leg.
There's been a few ramifications. He got involved in the handball as well, and I think building management got involved this week, and that may or may not be happening again. But it was a distraction for all of us on the show last week, but it wasn't as big a distraction as this dog was to you when you were hosting the morning show on 3AW some years ago.
If you look in the back of one of those ambulances in their heyday compared to the back of a paramedics van today, it would be vastly different, I dare say.
Absolutely no comparison. The ambulances in the old days had a bed. Just a moment, please. Come on, shut that dog up!
Now, we've got to this stage, Brownie, and all of this is basically one big excuse to run my favourite media dog barking moment.
we're not going to do it again.
We're going again. It's Lordo. It's Lordo, and any excuse. Any reason we've got to run that, Lordo's going.
Now, TJ, you're famous, as we know, getting more photos than me these days. And the term TJ, you've been TJ. Let's take a look at some of yours over the years.
Thursday night, mate. Yeah, Tom, good on
Which we've all seen these before. Mark Paducah.
100 times.
100 times. Harry Cool. TJ. So very funny. There's more to that. But there was a big fall during the week with Anthony Albanese. So let's just take a look at the fall. So he stumbled off and it was quite... you hear the oohs and ahs where he fell. And I've got to the bottom of how that actually happened. So we're going to get to the bottom of how that happened, and it came from a TJ moment. So let's take a look at why he got so rattled. So here he is looking for a quick handshake, and that's what rattled him. So we can take a look at that. Look, he's so rattled by that. That was the lead up to him.
That's the eyeball.
And then that's what turned it to. So TJing Anthony Albanese.
Can we actually look at that again? One of the guys up on stage in the black T-shirt actually looked at his hand with complete disdain. I'm not shaking your hand.
I'm telling you,
I'm trying to shrug him too. You sent him on his way.
No, I'm not joking that.
Anyway, at least he's okay. The Prime Minister is okay. It was quite clearly just the stage he's going through. All right, we're going to take a break here on the Sunday Footy Show.